My patio's done and ready for summer. I just need a centerpiece for my dining table, which is really just my excuse to buy succulents. I'm Anna. I found this really nice planter on Anthropologie's website, and I'm using this Dollarama find to try to recreate it. To make my own Anthropologie inspired planter, I'm going to start with spray paint. I'm going to spray paint both the bowl and the saucer, but in different colors. The saucer I sprayed gray and the bowl white. I didn't pick these paints for any particular reason other than I just happened to have them in my paint stash. So any paint will do as long as there's some primer in it. These are paint pyramids to elevate your project while you're painting. This is the first time I use them and I'm hooked. I totally recommend. 10 out of 10. The spray paint's dried and it does look really good. It's like a really nice finish. So if you just wanted to spray paint your Terra Cotta, it looks great, like for like a modern look, but I'm going for something a little more oldie worldy. If I look at my inspiration picture online, the bowl is a lighter color and then the saucer is darker, but it has there's like depth to it and some detailing. It's not just white and gray. So I'm going to try to achieve this with some whitewashing. So I have Little Lamb by Fusion. That's my gray to do my paint wash. And then the only white I had is this chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to use the gray whitewash, the gray paint wash over my white and then the white over the gray. And then I'm going to let it dry and see what it looks like. I might have to add some different colors or different layers, but just do some paint washing and see what it looks like. For the paint wash, I'm doing 2 parts water and 1 part paint. I already have 2 teaspoons of water in here and I just have to add my paint. And I'm just gonna mix that up. It's just watered down paint. And then to apply it, I'm using these reusable towels. I don't want to use a paintbrush because I'm afraid of having paint strokes and I want this to look like an aged sort of, like something that was like, not DIY'd, I guess. So I'm looking for like an aged finish without paint strokes. I'm gonna start with the bottom. I think I'm gonna need just a little more paint. That's looking pretty just still gray. So I think I'm gonna go a 1-to-1 ratio. So let's add just a little more paint. Well, the paint wash didn't have a huge effect on the gray, so I'm gonna have to come up with a different idea there. But let's try the lamb's wool, the Fusion paint, over the white. All right, I have my Fusion mixed up, and let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's better, way better. Since I like the Fusion over the white so much, I'm gonna try it over the gray. Maybe I went a little heavy here. I think I might need some more water. So this works better than the chalk paint, for sure. I'm rubbing the paint in. This part is dry, like my towel's dry, and I'm just rubbing it in and I'm really liking the finish. I'm just like, this is dry too, it's just an old towel, and I'm just rubbing it in and it's just giving like a nice kind of muted finish. I'm gonna do the same to the white because I'm really liking how this is giving like an oldie worldy aged look. Oh, look at the difference. I don't know if you could see that, but when I originally did it, it was kind of stripy, and then you rub it in and it just looks like, I don't know, like it's a glaze, not a towel. That looks so good. Oh my gosh, I'm impressed. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry and then see what it looks like, what color it is when it's dry, and then I'll see if I wanna do another coat or if I just wanna move on. Splatter paint practice time. The Anthropologie planter has what looks like air pockets in the finish, so I thought I could fake this with splatter paint, which I haven't done since grade school, so I practiced. I used a mix of black and brown acrylic craft paint. The rim from the inspo pic is dark and it looks like a layer of exposed Galestro Terra Cotta clay. That's what the website called it. Mine is dollar store terracotta, so I faked this with paint too. To blend the paint edges, I wrapped my finger in a rag and gently ran it across just the very, very edge of the paint. This softens the look. I think I'm done with all the painting. I have the rim done, and I even have a little bit of a smudge right here of my finger that I didn't notice until right now. Oops. But I want to seal it at this point. I'm just gonna use a spray sealer and just spray both the saucer and the bowl. But before I do that, when I look at the Anthropologie planter on their website, the rim is rough. It's not smooth like this. Like this is really smooth because it's just paint. Theirs is a bit rough. So I think I might be able to just rough it up with a little bit of sandpaper, like nothing big, just a tiny little bit of just to make it roughed up a bit. And then I'm gonna spray seal. I'm not done the whole planter, but that's just the step I'm on right now. Sanding the rim pretty much did nothing, so that was a wasted step. But spraying on the sealer gave this such a nice smooth finish, and it does feel protected, I guess. And it means, since it's dry, that I can move on to my next step, where I'm going to be using different waxes to kind of age and give this, my faux finish here, just a little more depth. I have 3 different waxes that I'm going to use. So I have this, I don't know, I picked this up at Michael's. It sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. It's really runny. And then I have my liming wax, that's something I just discovered. And then I have dark wax. So because these are like saucers or, you know, a planter, they have a bottom that no one's going to see. So I'm going to do a little test runs of the 3 different finishes on the bottom to see what I think of them and see how they work. And I'm going to do it to both the bowl and the saucer just to see how the colors interact. Let's do some testing. So scientific around here, aren't we? First, I'm going to try the liming. Liming's for wood, but it's the only really nice light wax that I have, so I'm going to give this a try. I don't know, it doesn't seem to do much on here. Okay, so not much there. That might be a miss. Kinda does something here, but not super much. Maybe if I wax everything first with clear wax, maybe that might make a difference. But let's move on to the next one. This liquidy weird wax. Oh yeah, that darkens it up. Definitely gives it like a more aged look. This weird wax is getting better points. Okay, it works better definitely on the light, but it's not, it does age it a bit here too. And now for the dark wax. Okay, so it seems that this dark wax works best on the gray and maybe the antiquing wax on the light. I am first going to give everything a coat of just the clear wax in hopes that the wax sticks better, like the antiquing decorative waxes stick better, and also just so the pot just has an extra layer of protection, because it will be outdoors and there's going to be real plants in it getting watered. All right, now for some antiquing, or aging. I should be calling it aging. I'm using a brush to apply some of the dark wax right under the rim, like around the rim, just so it looks like, wow, this is really old. I'm just applying it, and then I'm gonna rub it in, let it sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna just buff it a tiny, tiny bit. It does look aged. It's kind of cool. And I move on to this one. I said I was going to try this one. Just realized that now. So I'm going to switch it up now. I'm going to try applying some of the liming wax to see if I can make like some spots look lighter, or to blend the two waxes. Just see what it looks like. Not bad. I think I'm going to do that to the bottom half too. I might be done. I'm going to leave these to dry, and then I'm going to see what they look like when they're fully dried. So all I did was just a mix of 2 dark waxes and then some liming wax, which is white wax. And I just kind of dabbed and I'm going to mix things up together just so it looked like this is how it aged naturally. And then I added a little bit of the white wax around the rim just to give it some depth. So I think I'm just going to let this dry and then see what it looks like. I am very happy with how this turned out. This started off as a terracotta saucer that I paid $3.50 for, and this planter bowl was $4.50. I was going for an Anthropologie inspired planter, not a true dupe. The Bergs series has several different styles, like they have some that have fluting, some that are scalloped, and I just wanted a planter that would fit in with that. And I think I pulled it off. And I only used paints that I had on hand. I didn't actually go out and buy anything. So you never know, dig into your paint stash and you might be able to come up with something interesting. Now I can fill it with succulents and place it as a centerpiece to my outdoor dining table. Thank you so much for watching. This was a pretty easy and fun project. Leave me a comment with your thoughts. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with another project. Bye! To make my own Anthropologie inspired plant. To make my own Anthropologie inspired, so many syllables. I'm gonna have coffee soon. Just dream living around here. Actually, no, it's been great. It's all good. It's been good. Subs are going up, which make me happy. So thank you for subbing. I really appreciate that. Love the comments, especially you, Leanne. Lots of comments from Leanne. Love that. And Heidi. I do really like the encouragement from the 2 of you, and I know there's more of you, but I just wanted to do a little shout out to 2 people that have been just great, and I love you all, and thanks for being supportive. Anyways, I should get back to what I'm supposed to be doing, which is my intro. No, it's an outro. Gosh, I'm almost done. All right.